Welcome to another edition of Tech Tuesday. Today, we're going to take a look at Adobe's Spark platform. I realize, man, it's November. It's tough time to be in a classroom, but something like this might help your projects get off the ground and engage students in a new way. So let's take a look at what Adobe has created for us for teachers to create some awesome materials, and for students to create some awesome materials. Adobe Spark allows us to do a number of things: create simple videos for assignments or presentations, create web items or landing pages, lots of different tools that we can use. But I want to focus today specifically on the high quality online videos that we can use to create and showcase student work and creativity. Also want to identify resources for students that go beyond the traditional models of communication of student learning. It's not just about writing anymore. It's about creating and producing. And this tool can help us get a little bit of a feel for that with very little need for technical knowledge and understanding in video creation. If we go to Adobe Spark's website, spark.adobe.com, you're going to be able to see a whole bunch of features, but we can create graphics and web pages and video stories within minutes. And you'll see a sample of that here in a little bit. But we can create, different social media icons or different social media posts. We can create, any kind of these resources and more. We can also create a Spark page, which might be, a simple web page that's developed for people to go to showcase student work and portfolios. Lots of different pieces that can be created with that. But I want to spend our time looking at videos and what we can do to create videos, either from a template or from scratch within Adobe Spark. We can use these in class to create quick annotated photos, make a background for a presentation, create web stories, newsletters, book reports, portfolios, animated videos, and digital storybook. And it's really super easy and super simple. You can create a 1-minute video with great professional quality audio, music, narration, transitions in less than 10 minutes. So let's see what that looks like. Let's dive into this Adobe Spark product. Spark from Adobe is an absolutely wonderful tool to use in the classroom, and it is a great way for students to be able to easily create videos and narrated projects from their own content or from content that is already out in the Creative Commons. So I want to show you a few things to use with Adobe's Spark, which is free. It's easy to set up. Students create an account using their district Google credentials. So everything is already kind of wrapped into the process and the ecosystem we already use. And it's a place where you can create these videos, you can download these videos, you can put them back into Google Classroom, but it's a great way for students to use some creative energy and to ask students to stretch into that creative zone to communicate their learning. So to get started, you would just simply get to Adobe Spark, you press the blue Create New button, and if you want to create a new video, that's really what we're talking about here. And so it asks you for a title. It allows them to say, hey, what's the file going to be called? What theme are we going to have? And you'll notice that there are already templates for you to start with. If you wanted to pick a template, which allows them to, fit within an existing structure, or you can start from scratch. And it's very easy. Either use a template or starting from scratch. It matters not. But if we start from scratch, it allows us to then create our own product. And this is really kind of the start. And if you want, you can add, here you can add video if they've got video content they want to add in there, a photo, icon, whatever the case is. But the photo is really simple. You find free photos. Let's look up vacation. Since it's November and we are all ready for a vacation, what are we thinking about? Where are we thinking about? For me, I'm thinking of the beach. I'm thinking of, a chance to go out and get some sun And now that we've got that in there, we can add some titles. If we want to add a title, we can add the text this way. This is where you would choose the kind of different fonts or different styles and themes that you want. So here, the best vacation ever. Now once we've created that, we can actually then take this box and we can drag it to different parts of the screen to see where it's going to fit the best for what we need to do. Unfortunately, it's not real easy to resize, but you can reposition. But here you can choose different types of fonts or formats, I should say, to add to this. So we could keep adding, different photos and different screens, and we can, add this, this driving, and whatever you want to put on here. You are the person that gets to create this. And those are in the free photos, but you'll notice that if there's Google Photos they have, or Dropbox photos they have, or if they use Lightroom or Creative Cloud, or just simply upload a photo they already have, it's very, very simple. And you can just keep adding these slides. You can reorder them the way you need to. There is a credit slide, so if you're drawing from the Creative Commons, it will already create your own credits, and then you can add and edit those as well. The outro is not something that you can get rid of in the free account because Adobe Spark wants their branding out there. Just the same as you'll see that little Adobe Spark piece on the bottom. But for student work and for what we would use, it's really awesome. Now, if we take a look, we can actually come here and change a few things. So if we want this photo to last longer, we can change it to stay on the screen, for anywhere from 1 second to 10 seconds. But the other thing you can do is you can actually record narration over it. And as long as that narration goes, it will then extend this little time for the video buffering, and not buffering, the video playback. So if you have an 11-second audio, it's going to leave that picture on there for 11 seconds. What it will do is it will remind you to keep it short, something I always have to work harder on. So it'll say, hey, keep it short, so that you're not making the dialogue too extensive or too rich on each picture. So we can fumble around with the time, and we can say, we want that one to be 8 seconds. We want the credits to be a little bit longer. We've got a lot of information on there. You want the outro longer, shorter, whatever the case is. Now, what you can do is, when we look at music, there's a number of different pieces that are already set up in there. And so, if you want Across the Bridge added on there, you click it and you can test it out. You can listen to what each one of them sounds like. And we're going to add Leapfrog onto that. So we're going to have Leapfrog on there. You can adjust the audio levels in your music and what you want recorded when you actually render the video. So we've put all these pieces together. Now let's just take a look. You can hit preview. And as you can see, it's a pretty neat little tool. It's quick and easy. You don't deal with the transitions. That's already kind of done for you. And it uses some standard, industry standard pieces. Now, once you've created that, and we can go to share, this is where you have a number of different options that you can do. So we titled this Vacations. Let's pick a category. Author is me. You can see that if it's published. If you want this to be seen by other folks on the Adobe Spark website, leave that toggled on, or you can turn it off. And then by creating a link, you're going to see what happens. We'll click over that in a second. But you can also download this. And if you download it, it downloads just as as a regular file that we can do what we need to with that. And if you're using this in class, you can then have students share it on their Google Drive. and turn it in as a link in your Google Classroom as an assignment. But they're rendering the video, and it's going to download directly into the desktop downloads wherever we're putting it. And from there, we can then, you can see down here in the corner, it's already downloaded. It's an MP4 file. We now own that copy. We own that work. It's not something that only resides on the Adobe Spark website. So lots of different pieces. If we go to that share piece again, let's do create link, and it's doing the same thing. It's rendering that video, and ultimately it's creating an online link that we can then share. So maybe you want people to share this on a blog, or maybe you want people to share this on social media, or maybe you yourself want to share what you've created on social media. This gives you then an opportunity, once it creates that link, to have a static location for people to go. It's not on YouTube. It's not going to create issues with firewalls. But in creating that link, now you can share that through email or social media. And if we copy that link, I can show you exactly where that takes us. And now you can see the video that we've just created. They're obviously still preparing the video. But then this is what people could see and what people could share if you want to keep that online. Hopefully that gives you a sense of this little tool and gives you a chance to implement some of these in your classroom. All right, friends, I really hope that you were able to get some information and some new tools to use and to implement using Adobe Spark in your classroom. Hopefully this allows you to create simple videos for those assignments, high quality online videos, and give your students another resource to use. I think we got this. We can use these tools, and we can make this semester, the rest of the semester, an amazing opportunity to showcase student work. That's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. See ya.